I'm Annabelle, and welcome back to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be playing Terminator Dark Fate, the card game. I'll be back. I'm going to be playing a solo run-through of this game, but it's going to feel very similar to a multiplayer game because this is a co-op game. So why don't you just join me at the table and let's play Terminator Dark Fate, the card game. Okay guys, I have the game almost set up. I wanted to show you how easy setup is and what it entails. First thing I got is my pool of damage tokens right over here. 5 damage, 1 damage. Then I have my wound cards. This is how we are going to take damage. This is for the Terminator and the hostile cards to take damage. The main deck is comprised of all of the cards that are going to be available in the reserve, which I'm going to place right here. 5 cards in the beginning of the game. We'll do that in a minute. And they contain actions, skills, locations, munitions. You're going to get to see all of those as we play the game. This is going to be our Terminator today. And he is the easy mode. So if you want to play an easy difficulty, this is what they suggest. There are other difficulties. It goes all the way to hard. And you can even have multiple Terminators in the game. I am playing a one-player game, a solo game. So because of that, I get to pick 2 characters. And now at the beginning of my turn, I'm going to be choosing if I'm going to be playing as Sarah or if for that turn, I'm going to be Grace. Let's take a look at our characters and our starting deck, and then we're going to be ready to go. So I picked Sarah Connor because she's a badass, so I had to have her with me. And she is 1 step ahead, and her starting card is Forward Protector, and I have the card right here on my starting deck ready to go. She is going to provide us with some much needed resources to be able to buy better cards. And then Grace, the Future Soldier, starts with augments, and I have that card also right here in the starting deck. And she is going to give us some fight action, of course. The other things that go in the main and the starter deck are all going to say starter at the bottom. And there are 4 setbacks, which just clog your deck. They do absolutely nothing. And then 6 preps. So in a regular game with more players, you would start your game with 11 cards, 6, 4, and 1 special unique starter card. But in this game, because I'm playing with 2 players, I start with 12 because I have both starters. I will shuffle this, of course, to have a new deck of shuffle cards. We'll put it right here. And then what the other thing that we do, well, I shuffled this, but let's give it another shuffle. Okay. It's huge, so it's hard to shuffle, not gonna lie. But, you know, at least there it is. Let's cut it, put these on top. There we go. And now to start the game, we put 5 cards out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's our 5 starting cards. And the last thing we do to complete setup is we're going to take our Terminator and we're going to put him in the deck. So the way you do that is you take the top 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you shuffle him in there. So he might come like to play like in the very, very quickly, or it might take us 6 turns to get to him. We'll see how that happens. But with that, setup is complete, and now we can go to gameplay. Okay, we start with 5 cards in our hand. I have them right here, ready to go. Let's see what I got. Okay, I have a prep card, which is going to give me a resource. I have Sarah Connor's starting card, which is going to give me a lot of resources. However, to use that, if you read on the bottom, it says destroy this card. So if I'm going to use it, I want to make sure I use it to buy something expensive and something that it's going to use all of my resources. Now I have a setback, which is just clogging my hand. I have another prep card, so that's another resource, and another setback. Oh, another prep. Great. Okay, so I got 3 preps. So I can either have, in this turn, 3 resources to buy something, or if I use her, I go up to 7. Now let's see what we're going to buy. So my plan is to, because I got a lot of resources, or I mean, not a lot, but I could have a lot, is to start getting cards that are going to give me more resources so that when cards come out that help me destroy the Terminator or at least stagger him, which you're gonna see in a minute, I have those kind of fight cards in my hand. So I think for now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend 3 preps. That gives me 3 resources and buy the card stash. Because from now on, whenever I draw that, I'm gonna have 3 resources in my hand. That's really good. So everything that you buy goes into the discard pile. Now, I could do more. Definitely nothing that I can do with the setback. That's just clogging my hand. I could spend this card, destroy this card for its 4 resources. I mean, this is a really good card. The munition, it'll give me 4 fight, but that's not efficient use of my resources. So I'm gonna leave it there. There's something else also. The more cards you buy, the faster the Terminator is going to come out. So I don't want him out until I'm ready to face him. So I think I'm going to end my turn right now. By the way, I should have decided at the beginning of the turn if I was playing Sarah or Grace. I don't think it matters. Let's say I was Sarah, or it doesn't matter because I can pick the same character every turn, and neither one of their abilities came into play in this particular turn. But with that, I've ended my turn. At the end of my turn, I go back up to 5, which should be the 5 cards that I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I start with 12. So yeah, there's the 5 cards. And we go to the next phase in the game, where if there's not 4 cards out on the reserve, we would add cards until there are 4 cards on the reserve. Again, getting to the Terminator faster. And then after there's 4 cards, you always draw 1 extra card. So we're gonna draw 1, hoping it's not Mr. Terminator. And it's not, it's another resource giving card, so good. And then if the Terminator is not out here, if we haven't seen him and he's not with us yet, we have a chance to continue to bring cards out, maybe looking for something that we want to buy. Now, if we do that, of course, we're pushing our luck because we might find the Terminator. And I don't really want to do that right now. I don't feel very prepared for him yet. So I think these 5 cards that we have out here are perfect. We're going to go ahead and move on to the second turn of the game. All right, so I've looked at my cards and I have a lot of setbacks. So I'm not going to be doing much on my turn. And I have 2 preps. So with 2 preps, I can buy the ammunition. There's nothing else that I can buy. Now, the other thing that you can do during your turn is to rest. And when you rest, you get to destroy 1 card in your hand. Take it out of the game so it doesn't clog your deck. I think I'm going to do that. And on top of that, I think that for this turn, I'm going to choose to play as Grace. Because if you read her ability, it says when you rest, you may destroy an additional card. So I know that I wouldn't be buying anything right now. And there's some really good stuff out there. But I really don't have a lot of money or resources. But I'm going to be getting rid of 2 of my setbacks instead of just 1. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. So these 2 cards are out of the game, never to be seen again. Now, the rest of the cards that I didn't use go into my discard pile, and I go and draw back to 5 again. Of course, I don't have 5, I only have 1, so we'll shuffle these. Okay, hopefully I'll get to see my resources so that I can start buying some cool stuff. 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5. Okay, and then at the next phase in the turn is to fill up the reserve up to 4, but definitely is more than up to 4. So I wouldn't be putting any more cards. Now, I always have to add 1 card, so we're going to do that now. And it's an attack card, it's a hostile. So this will trigger when Mr. Terminator comes out. But for now, actually, we can try and get rid of it. And I'll show you how to do that. Hopefully, next turn we can get rid of that. So we didn't get the Terminator, so that's it. That's the end of the turn. We move on to the next turn. So I got my cards, and the first thing I'm going to do this turn, I'm not going to rest. I will play as Sarah, and Sarah's ability is that munitions cost 1 less during your turn. So right now, munitions are costing us a little bit less, and I see a munition here and here. So that's good to remember that these 2 cards are a little cheaper for us. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, though, is play Augments. And when I play Augments, I get to deliver 2 damage to anything. Now you say, no, the Terminator is not here. Remember, there's a hostile card. So I'm doing 2 damage to that hostile card. And you see how much I need to do? It's 2. You guessed it. So with that, this card is out of our way. And we're just going to stick it at the bottom of the deck, which means that it might come back. Although it's a big deck, I'm not sure about that. And then let's read what it says on the bottom. It says, draw 3 cards. If any of them are a wound, you are wounded. Place a wound card in your discard pile. Now I know I don't have any wounds right now, so we're safe, but we're going to get a bunch of cards, actually 3, and we're gonna draw those cards. So that's awesome. We're gonna have even more money or more resources to get stuff. So with that said, I am going to, because I'm Sarah Carter, I'm gonna use 2 preps, 2 resources to buy sawed-off shotgun. Sounds good. It's got a lot of firepower. Okay. And then, that's not all. I am actually going to give up my Sarah Connor card with her 4 resources, destroy it, because that gives me 4 + 1, 5, and I'm going to get more resources that I might want to use later to buy better cards. So bye, Sarah. Thank you for your contribution. And I have another 2 setbacks, which I can't do much with, but look, I have a 1 resource, which I can, the only thing that I would be able to afford is this munition card, which should be 1 less, so it should be actually free, but I have nothing else to do with the cards. So we got a lot of cards, which kind of worries me because that just means that Mr. Terminator is ever closer to coming out. But I did get some fight power, so I feel a lot better about being able to, well, at least face him. So at the end of my turn, I go back up to 5. So there's 2. Let's get 3 more. Go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There are also some cards that are defense cards. We haven't seen them yet, so I know I don't have any. But when I start getting them, I need to look at my cards before I start dealing with the Terminator. But we haven't gotten there yet. So we have to go up to 4. So there's our 4. And then no attacks, no hostiles, so that's good. And then we add 1 more. And so far he hasn't showed up yet. I'm sure he's coming. I haven't counted it, maybe I should have, but I'm talking to you guys, so it's hard to keep track of everything. But there's the new reserve. Nothing yet, we can continue to prepare. Let's see what we got this turn. Okay, so I have, well, first of all, I have my augments. It's fire, fight, and I have nothing to fight. But you know, the manual says what you have to do is be able to resolve this at the bottom. So this actually doesn't matter. So even though I have no target, I can use it to draw 3 cards. I know I don't have any wounds, so that's not gonna hinder me. So there we go, I did play that card. Okay, now we have more cards, and more cards means more stuff we can do. Although, really, we don't have targets because there are no hostiles out yet. We do have a lot of money. So these things that fire, we're not going to need. I'm just going to set them down. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, more. Oh, wow. And none of these cards get discarded. So we are going to have a shopping party. Guys, let's hit the mall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, up to 10. So we have 10 resources. Let's get to shopping. I know I want to get the grab bag. That's 4. That's going to give me 1 resource, but it's going to let me draw 2 more cards. And drawing cards, it's always good in a deck builder, right? Because you want to get those good cards into your hand fast. So that's 4. We still have 6 more left. I am thinking... here's a weapons catch that is going to help us with buying more munitions. That might be good. I know I don't care about this skill. It's not going to come into play because of the solo game. Because it says you may play munition cards during another player's play phase. There is no other player, so I don't care about coverts. We'll just leave it there. It's just going to collect dust. This one is good for money. This one is a skill. I do want to get a skill so you guys, so I'm going to buy that one so you guys see what skills, what they work, how they work is what I'm trying to say. So 4 and 1 is 5. We still have 5 more. We can actually buy these 2. I don't really want to buy too many cards because the Terminator, but you know, he's coming. It's inevitable. We have to. And now we're better prepared. This is going to give us more resources and more resources. I wish we had more fight cards because I think that by now we need more fighting power. We've got enough money in the bank. We are loaded. We just need to be able to fight them. But with that, I'm going to stop. And we bought everything except for the card that is not worth anything for us because of the solo gameplay. So there's 4 cards. We need one more. And this might be the one we need. I don't know what those are. We saw a lot of firepower in here, and we're going to be needing that firepower very, very soon. So there's our 5th card. Okay, now we have to refill up to 4. Now, if the Terminator comes out at any point while I'm refilling the reserve, then we stop. We don't put any more cards out. So if he comes out really quickly, we might not have anything to do next turn. Let's see what happens. First, there he is. Okay, yeah, I knew he was coming. Okay, so he's here, so we do not add anything else to the reserve. Now, because he's here, he is on the hunt. And we have an additional phase that we need to resolve at the end of the reserve phase. And what he's going to do is he's going to hunt for us. He's going to go looking for us, and he's going to attack us. Now, the way he does that is, if there are any hostile cards here in the reserve, they will activate now, but there are none. Then he's not happy enough with that. He's going to hunt with his hunt value. Now, I want to point out, with this particular guy, if we read his ability, it says if the Rev 9 is staggered, you must flee during the hunt phase. But he's not staggered. Staggered means that we've done damage to him. And if the Rev 9 takes 15 damage, it is destroyed. Now, 15 damage seems like a lot. So we need to start getting that firepower. But in any case, we haven't fleed because we can't, because he's not staggered. So we're going to go ahead and have him hunt for 4. Now, the way you do that is you reveal 4 cards, and depending on what the card is, we do different things. Let's check it out. The first one is a resource. If it's a resource, you destroy it. So we're never going to see this card again. Next card up is a skill. Again, same thing. We get rid of it. The next one is a munition. It's going to get destroyed as well. And the 4th one is a skill. So it's going to get destroyed as well. The only cards that do not get immediately destroyed are location cards. Those are put back in the bottom of the deck, and hostile cards, which get activated. Now, we didn't get any attacks, so that was good, but we did lose 4 precious cards that we might have wanted in our deck. Put those out of the game. So that's it for the hunt. Now we go to the next turn. Let's see what we got. Okay, so looking at my cards, I see that I have a bunch of setbacks, 2 preps that I don't want to buy anything with. So these 4 cards are kind of useless right now. And then I have, a shotgun, and I can start doing damage to the Terminator. Now, it's not going to be enough to kill him. And remember, if we damage him, we have to flee and he goes back into the deck. I do want to show you that, but I don't know that it's the right moment. I don't mind him sticking around for just a little bit, although that could be dangerous. But I'm thinking, what if we rest and we get rid of these 2 setbacks? That might not be a bad idea. It's a little bit risky. We probably should be doing damage to the Terminator. I don't know. I think I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to go ahead and rest and get rid of these 2 cards. As always, at the end of my turn, I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we go to the next phase where we are going to refill the reserve. Now we know we're not going to get any more Terminators. He's already out here. So, and it's important to notice, he only stops the refill of the reserve if he came out during the turn where we're refilling. But once he's out here, he doesn't stop. We still go back to 4. So we're going to go back to 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we also draw 1 more. So there's 5. Okay. And now he triggers. So he's going to go on the hunt, or we could flee if he was staggered. Now, I must point out, to stagger him, we need to give him 5 damage. That's his stagger damage right down here on the right bottom of the card. But he's not, so he's going to hunt for us. So we're going to reveal, just like we did before, 4 cards. 1, okay, we found a hostile. It says wound every player. So we're going to take our first wound. If we ever have 3 wounds in our hand, we immediately lose the game. So we need to keep check on those wounds. That's why resting is important, because we can destroy cards and we can destroy wounds. But so far we've only gained 1 wound, so we're not going to lose. Not yet. All right, so that's that. And then this card, I'll leave it here, but it goes on the bottom of the deck. But I want to leave it here to remember how many I've already drawn. So we need 3 more. So there's the second one. It's a skill, so it's going to get destroyed. Ammunition is going to get destroyed. That's 3. And the 4th one is a resource. So all these get destroyed. And like I said, the hostile card just goes to the bottom of the deck. happily waiting to come back later in the game. Now, if the game goes too long, you're gonna have a deck that is full of hostiles and maybe some locations at the bottom of the deck, and I don't know, then you either win or you lose. No other way to go. With that though, we've finished, and now we are going to have a turn, hopefully a good one, where we get to shoot at him. Let's see what we got. Okay, so first let's see what our firing power is. We've got this one, which only hits him for 1, but hey, I mean, it is a crude weapon, but we're going to go ahead and use that one. And then we have Grace's starting weapon or card, which is augments. Now, am I playing as Grace or am I playing as Sarah? Let's play as Grace. I don't think it matters. We're not going to use their abilities. I don't think so. Maybe actually, are there any munitions? There is a munition out there, so I'll play as Sarah, so the munitions are a little cheaper. Now, 3 damage, and then I get to draw 3 cards, and if any of them are a wound, then I become wounded. Let's see what I draw. I got 1, not a wound, 2, not a wound, and 3, not a wound. And I knew there weren't going to be wounds because the wound is on my discard pile, so I just got more stuff. Unfortunately, none of them are firepower, so we'll deal with them later. For now, we've dealt 3 damage to the Terminator, so let's go ahead and denote that. Okay, so I'll play those 3, and he has 3 damage, which I'll mark right here. Now remember, to stagger him, he needs 5, so he's not even staggered yet. He's still out to get us. As far as, well, let's deal with this demolitions, because I think it's important and it might help us know what we're gonna buy. So this is a skill. Skill cards are a little different from the cards you've seen me play, where I just play them, I do the effect, I use them for resources, or I use them like I'm doing now for fight, and then they go to my discard pile. Skill cards stay out, and they are going to help us from now on for the rest of the game. This skill card is going to be out there. So let's read what it says. After you play a grenade, every hostile card and the Terminator takes 1 damage. Okay, so the demolition helps us get rid of more stuff, but it's just 1 damage, which is not a lot, but we'll keep this out there to kind of remember that we got that in our back pocket. It's not going to help us now because we did not throw any grenades, but if you look over here, there's a grenade, so I might have my eyes on this munition specifically. We'll take a look at that in a minute. After that, let's see how much money we got. I have 1 prep, 2 preps, that's 2, 3 preps, that's 4, in a grab bag, that's actually going to let me draw 2 cards. So far I'm up to 4. And then 1 and 2 more cards. Okay. Wow, we are loaded again. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but if we read the card, this card is worth 2 plus 2 supply if the Rev is on the hunt, and he is on the hunt. So we're up to 12, 13, 14, 15, but the weapons catch can only be spent on munitions. So with that said, we need to look at the munitions first, and then we'll see what else we want to grab. So I know that that munition, that grenade has the keyword grenade on the bottom. I know that that's important. We need to get that because of our skill, because it's going to do some extra damage. So I'll go ahead and spend this 3, which is the one that I have to use on munitions. And then I need 4 more. Why 4, you ask? Because I'm playing as Sarah, and Sarah gets a $1 discount. So here's 4 more. So these 4 are used up. I'm just going to keep track of that like that to remember. And I got my munitions, so they go back here. Now this card is free. I will think about it in a minute. Now, the other thing that I need to talk to you guys about are locations, because that's the other card in the game. It's a little bit different, but it's a little bit different. And the location we have right now out is a steel plant. It says, if the Rev 9 is staggered, destroy it. Guys, that's how we can win the game. This is perfect. Now, it costs a lot of money, 5 resources, but we have tons of money. Not right now, it wouldn't help us because you remember the Rev 9 is not staggered. In order to stagger him, we need to get to 5 damage. But I'm happy that it's there. The way locations work is that you pay the resources and then you immediately trigger the effect. And then they go on the bottom of the deck and we won't see them again for a while. It's like we visited that location and we had some kind of scene in the movie play there. In this part though, I love that we get to destroy the Terminator. So we're not gonna buy that for sure. Covert is still here collecting dust. Now we do have another skill to add to our demolitions, and this one is, I mean, it's Sarah picture, so I'm thinking it's gotta have something to do with Sarah Connor. Let's see what it says. Firearms expert skill. The first time you play a munition each turn, you may draw a card. Card draw, I love card draw, and we know she likes munitions. That's her skill, is to get cheaper munitions. So definitely gonna buy that. Here's another 3. I mean, we are loaded, might as well go shopping. Although it is, actually no, the Terminator is out here, so we don't care. And I don't want that. I can't do the location right now. My only other option is to get spare change. It is a 0 costing card. It's given us more resources, which we're gonna need if we're gonna trigger this location. So I'm thinking sure, because it doesn't stay in our hand very often or on our deck. It says when we use it, we destroy it. So why not, right? Let's be greedy. I know I might be a little greedy because I don't really need that. But all of this goes into, we're done. We don't have anything else we wanna buy. All of it goes into our discard. We draw 1 and then we need 4 more. So here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's our 5. Okay, but now the scary stuff is going to happen because this guy's after us. He's still on the hunt. Right now, again, at the beginning of the phase, we draw 4 cards because he's already out there, so it doesn't impede us replenishing more. So there's an attack. Okay, fun. 3, 4, and that's the 4 that we need to refill, and then we add 1 more. Okay, I gotta point out, when he is on the hunt, even if we wanted to add more cards to the reserve, we cannot. He prevents us from giving us that opportunity to push our luck. But it's okay, we don't want to push our luck. We're happy. We got money or resources, we got fighting power. So we're happy with what's out there. Now, next thing that happens, he's gonna go hunting for us. Fun. So we do have a hostile card in the reserve, so that one triggers first. So there it is, it's an attack. And we still don't have any defense cards. We haven't seen any defense cards. The only card I think we haven't seen so far. Everything else you've seen. So it's an attack. It says wound the current player. So we're gonna get a wound. I put my deck on the wrong place. Hold on. Move. Okay, there we go. Now, there's our wound on our discard pile. We won't see it in our hands for a while, but it's there. Remember, if we ever have 3 wounds in our hand, kaput. That's it, we lose. So that's 1. Now he has a hunt power of 4. So we need to get 3 more cards out here. 1, this is another location. Okay, border control. So this actually will go on the bottom. These 2 are going on the bottom of the deck. We'll do that later. So that's 2. A hostile, oh great. If a player has 3 wounds in their discard pile, they die. Okay, well we have 1, but we're okay. We're okay. Crisis averted, only 1. Okay, this is also gonna go on the bottom of the deck. Wow, we've triggered a bunch of stuff. And the munitions, which gets destroyed. And these 3 go on the bottom of the deck. Those were his 4 hunt cards. Down you go. Okay. And he's at 3. We need 2 more to stagger him. But with that, we've ended this. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a turn and try to get this thing destroyed. Okay, let's see what we drew. Okay, we got some resources. That's good. More resources. Pretty good. Oh, nice. Okay, guys. I think we might be able to pull it off. Let's try. I'm not 100% sure. First thing we're going to do is finish staggering him. So I got a nice little shotgun with Sarah Connor's face on it. Well, tummy, I guess. And it says draw 2 cards. I don't mind if I do. So 4 damage. Let's go ahead and use a 5 and get a change. So he's more than staggered. He's at 7 right now. Okay, and we get to draw 2 cards. Okay. Now this is more money, which right now we don't need. Let's keep doing damage to this dude. Here's another damage with the ammunition, with our crude weapon, which have actually come in very handy. That pipe, or I don't know what that is. When the Terminator ends this game, it's going to be like killed with the pipe by Grace in the living room or something like that. You know, clue reference. And now look at all this money. Okay, we have money for days. So you know what, guys? I think we got it. We just need 5, which we're gonna destroy this card. We don't care about this $50 bill. We'll destroy that, but actually I won't so you guys see it. But I'll destroy it in a minute. So we have 3, 4, 5, and that is enough to go ahead and use this location. And it says that if the Ref 9 is staggered, destroy it. So he is staggered, so he is destroyed. So you go boom. And we've managed to destroy Mr. Terminator. Mission accomplished. We did it, guys. We got rid of him. Here's my cards, my discard pile, you, bye-bye. We managed to destroy the Terminator. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. See you in the next one. Guys, we did it. We destroyed the Terminator. I hope this gave you a good idea of how the Terminator game plays. If you want to see more of the art, all those photos and that huge deck that we didn't get through, not even halfway through it, we did a full unboxing of the game, so you can check that out. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You will see some really cool pictures of your favorite board games. Join us next time. Subscribe to the channel so you can pick up and watch all the games we played and all the games we're going to be playing. I'll see you on the next one, but until then, may you play more games.